Tonight, when it gets dark, you reach for a switch. Light floods the room. You don't think about it. But for most of human history, darkness meant something else entirely. It meant teeth. It meant claws. It meant the moment your eyes stopped being useful. So how did your ancestors survive nights with no fire, no walls, no streetlights? The real answer is far stranger than you'd expect. Your eyes are built around two types of cells, rods and cones. Cones see color, but they need bright light. Rods see almost nothing in color, but they work in near darkness. Right now, you have about 120 million rods packed into the back of each eye. That's not an accident, that's inheritance. Researchers studying the genetics of nocturnal vision have found something unusual buried in human DNA. A handful of genes tied to low light sensitivity show signs of strong positive selection in early hominins. In plain terms, evolution didn't just tolerate night vision, it pushed for it. Hard. Why would that happen? Because daylight wasn't safe either. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer-Hrdy has argued that early humans lived under constant predation pressure, not just from big cats, but from each other. Daytime had eyes everywhere. Nighttime had fewer witnesses, fewer rivals, fewer threats from your own species stealing your kill. Darkness was dangerous, but it was also empty in a useful way. Here's where it gets stranger. Some researchers believe certain hominin groups didn't just adapt to darkness, they specialized in it. Evidence from anatomist Lewis Dartnell's work on Paleolithic hunting patterns suggests some groups timed large kills around dusk and early night, when prey animals like deer and wild boar have reduced visual acuity, but humans with enhanced rod density could still track movement. Think about that. A hybrid advantage. Not human eyes evolving to beat the dark. Human eyes evolving to beat animals that were also struggling in the dark. Just less than you were. Your pupils still do this. In near total darkness, they dilate up to 8 millimeters, nearly the width of a marble, just to pull in every photon available. Your ancestors needed every one of those photons. A flicker of movement, a glint of eyeshine, the shape of a predator's shoulder against a slightly lighter patch of sky. There's a twist most people miss. The same genes linked to enhanced night vision are also linked to something else: heightened threat detection in low-contrast environments. Psychologist David Buss has written extensively about how ancestral threat detection systems didn't switch off when humans started building shelters and fires. They stayed wired in. That jumpy feeling you get walking through a dark parking lot? That's not paranoia. That's a hybrid survival system still running diagnostics, just like it did 50,000 years ago. So if night vision was so useful, why don't you see better in the dark today? Because civilization made it unnecessary. Fire, then candles, then electric light slowly dismantled the pressure that once shaped your eyes. Evolution doesn't waste energy on traits you stop needing. Your rods are still there, still sensitive, but the world stopped demanding their full potential centuries ago. But the wiring underneath hasn't disappeared. It's only gone quiet. Notice how a dark room still makes your senses sharpen, even when you know it's empty. Notice how your eyes adjust for several minutes before shapes resolve, a process called dark adaptation, which can take up to 30 minutes for full rod sensitivity to kick in. That's not modern anxiety. That's an ancient hunting system, still installed, still loyal to instructions written long before headlights or hallway lamps existed. Here's the strangest part. You are, in a very real sense, a hybrid creature, part daylight primate, shaped by color vision and social signaling, part something older, something built to move through black forests using almost nothing but motion detection and instinct. Two systems, layered on top of each other, both still active, both still yours. So the next time you walk into a dark room and your hand finds the switch before your mind even registers reaching for it, pause for a second. That instinct didn't come from nowhere. It came from a version of you that hunted and was hunted in darkness so complete that vision alone could mean survival. Tonight, when it gets dark, you'll reach for a switch again, but now you'll know what you're really switching off.